Hi, I was wanting to see if y'all could help with formula at all. I have a 2-month-old. We ran out of formula yesterday, like around 7. And I've been trying to call everywhere, and they're just telling me to call churches. Yeah, I just want to say thank you for everything that you're doing because a lot of people are not willing to help. So it says a lot about you and your church.
All of these other churches, God is not in those facilities. Kind of like white Christian. Did I not say that part? Yeah, the churches that she called that were willing to give, that were Christian faith-based churches, those were all African American churches willing to help her.
Mostly white Christians told her to check food banks or call other churches. Isn't this what churches are for?
The predominantly black churches helped her. There was a very sweet Appalachian, grandpa pastor that was gonna, I think, just pay for it out of his own pocket. That made me cry. But the rest, oof. They're telling her that they won't help her because she doesn't go to that church.
Some of these women at these churches are just so nasty. Like one church flat out admitted that because you don't go to our church, you're not a member, we won't help you.
Okay, well, you know what that proves to us, right? As normal, black people have the biggest heart in the community. We rely on each other so much that even when strangers are strangers, but they're in need, we are willing to help.
All the white churches, every last white church told her, I'm sorry, we don't have anything. Like, you could tell white American Christians are waiting for the Antichrist. When the Antichrist comes out, white American Christians will worship.
I've put together a few clips and then I'll come back with my thoughts after that. But before we roll the clips, full credit to all creators featured in this segment. All right, let's get into it.
And so hopefully you've seen this social experiment that this creator is doing right now that is quite remarkable, where she's literally calling churches and acting as though she is a new mother or a mother of an infant that needs to have some formula for a newborn, like 2 months old, as the story she's telling, that has not been able to have food. And so it's remarkable to see the responses. And to be honest, they're not surprising. So people are telling her, call this church, call that church. And she's calling churches from like the Carolinas to Texas to all over the places. And well, a number of these evangelical mega churches are saying no. Matter of fact, you can look up here on the last count, she's gotten 27 no's that they would not be able to help this, mother who needs formula for her baby. She's like, even if, your pantry's not open, can someone maybe help? I can come pick it up or whatever. No, even the church in El Paso, hung the phone up on her as well. But yeah, a lot of these evangelical churches and mega churches said no. But those that said yes are exactly the ones I expected to say yes. Historical black church, a woman there was like, you can tell that who she was talking to was literally about to probably go herself and figure out how to get her the formula. And so some of the most marginalized folks in society are the ones who said yes. But amongst these other mega churches and evangelical churches, they were like, nope. There's so many different, excuses given as to why they couldn't help her out. But literally the other places, even if they didn't have a food pantry, like I said, the historical black church or a Buddhist temple, they were sounding as though they themselves would literally go buy the formula for her. And so I'm really curious, we've been seeing this, and what your thoughts are below. And if you're surprised, I will say, in being a part of the black community, we're always folks to be willing to give. I know so many black folks, they can have literally nothing, and they will make sure that you are good, and somebody's auntie and mama will make sure that you have it.
I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And right now I'm about to call First Baptist Church of Jeffersontown in Louisville, Kentucky. And their About Me just says that they are a historic Black Baptist church that has been serving the community since 1829. So let's see if they're willing to help feed a starving baby, though.
Thank you for calling the First Baptist Church of Jeffersontown. Our senior pastor is the Reverend Brandel C. Morrow. We are located at 10600 Watterson Trail, Jeffersontown, Kentucky, 40299. Our office hours are Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you know your party's extension, please press it now. For the church office or to leave a message, press 0.
We'll just go with 0. See where that takes us.
Please hold while I try to connect you. Thank you for calling First Baptist Church of Jeffersontown. This is Victoria.
Hi, I was wanting to see if y'all could help with formula at all. I have a 2-month-old. We ran out of formula yesterday, around 7. And I've been trying to call everywhere, and they're just telling me to call churches.
we wouldn't, oh goodness, we wouldn't have it readily available, but it's for, your baby?
Yes. Yeah, she's 2 months old.
Okay. Okay, and, what's your phone number and your name, please?
859-353-7777. And then my name is Nikali.
You said, spell your name.
Nikali.
Oh, N as in Nancy?
Yes.
N-I-K?
ALIE.
Your phone number, 859-353-7777?
Yes.
Okay. Nikali, what's your last name?
Monroe.
Well, let me see what I can do and give you a call back. Where do you live, or where in Jeffersontown? Do you reside in Jeffersontown?
Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes from you.
You're where?
I'm like 10 minutes away.
Okay, and what formula does your baby use?
Okay, so I'm actually doing a social experiment. I don't need formula, but this was just a test to see if you would be willing to help, and I've been calling other churches who don't help, and so just the fact that you're willing to help says a lot. No, you're welcome. I just want to say thank you for everything that you're doing, because a lot of people are not willing to help. So it says a lot about you and your church. And I will be putting this up on social media. I don't know if you've seen it, but I've been making TikTok videos, and so I will definitely be putting your stuff out there. And I hope that you are able to get some donations out of this video, because you truly are trying to help the people in your community.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that, and it's just let God get the glory from all of it.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. But just your heart speaks volumes, honestly. So just thank you.
Yeah, you take care.
All right, you too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mom who called her local churches asking for baby formula because she didn't have enough for the week. It's both shocking people and not shocking anyone, because she found out that you can look at a church and tell who would be willing to give her free, just a small thing of baby formula is all she asked for. She's not asking for money. She's not asking for anything else, just baby formula. She has a baby crying in the background. It's basically a social experiment. We have seen mega churches hanging up on her. They basically can't get her off the phone fast enough, and some of them will send her to a voicemail and then never call her back. So mega churches absolutely will not help you. As soon as they figure out you're a person in need, they have nothing to do with you. Every other Christian church, I think except for a Linden, Kentucky or Tennessee, I can't remember. The person who answered that phone, it was a man, and he was like, I'm going to go get you formula right now. All of these other churches, God is not in those facilities. Kind of like white Christian. Did I not say that part? Yeah, the churches that she called that were willing to give, that were Christian faith-based churches, those were all African American churches willing to help her. I don't know if the one in Linden, I'm not sure about that one. And especially a bigger, like prosperous church, they absolutely will not help you the second that they find out that you are not an active member of their church. What is an active member? A member who has given money to that church. And you can literally listen to some of these churches telling her no, and they are saying, I'm sorry, we do actually have a program, so they have like the funds and the means. They're not saying that they don't, but we just can't give to you because you're not an active member of our church. Not because you're not a member of our church, an active member. So just keep that in mind. Unless you're giving money to these churches, they don't want to have anything to do with you. Even a mother with baby crying who hasn't been fed, because that's what she's like, my baby has missed feedings. I am in panic mode. I've called everybody. They don't even offer her other resources to call. The churches who were willing to help get her formula were not only willing to help, but they were also helping her find other people willing to help her too. So it's just crazy that there's people who not only aren't willing to help, they just don't care to even like get them to other resources, but the people who are willing to help are even going above and beyond. That is God.
It seemed like there was a mostly black church. They said yes. One lady was Hispanic, you could tell. She said yes, she was going to pay for it herself. But the rest of them, mostly white Christians, told her to check food banks or call other churches. Isn't this what churches are for? I was raised religious. This is what they're for. But think about it. The minority populations, they said yes.
Churches don't pay taxes. Why are they not helping their constituents? The whole point of churches not paying taxes is so they can help the poor, so that they can feed the hungry. So when the hungry are calling them and they are hanging up on them, why aren't the churches paying taxes? If someone like me, who has gone hungry before myself, can host a food drive to feed our neighbors, why can't the churches?
Only 3 were willing to help. 2 that were predominantly black, and a mosque. Okay, well, you know what that proves to us, right? As normal, black people have the biggest heart in the community. We rely on each other so much that even when strangers are strangers, but they're in need, we are willing to help. For you to call Catholic churches, all these other churches, mega churches, none of them are willing to help. None of them are willing to assist this mother. But a black majority churches, 2 of them, and a mosque are willing to jump in. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man at the mosque, even though she kept calling it a church, he was like, yo, I'm not even paying attention to that. You got a baby that's in need. I got the sandals on. I'm ready to go. What type of format do you need? That is what religion is supposed to be. That is what the church is supposed to be. The church is supposed to be a place of refuge. The church is supposed to be a place of restoration. The church is supposed to be a place of shelter while the storm is ravaging outside. That is what the church is supposed to be. When you lost your job, you're supposed to be able to go to the church and get another one. When you don't have money to pay for the bill, the church is supposed to look out for you because you've been tithing your offering every single Sunday faithfully. Okay? With a giving heart, not under obligation. And for you to tell me the church is, out of 30 churches, only 3 were willing to help a mother with a baby that needed formula? Ooh!
So many of these houses of worship, mostly the ones of the Christian denominations, are not doing the literal thing that they're supposed to be doing and helping her. The predominantly black churches helped her. There was a very sweet Appalachian, grandpa pastor that was gonna, I think, just pay for it out of his own pocket. That made me cry. But the rest, oof, they're telling her that they won't help her because she doesn't go to that church. I've been saying this for weeks now. This should be the Super Bowl for the Christian church. Isn't this what you've been training for 3,000 years?
I just watched all 20 in a row. She's called 20 so far, and I'm not going to give it away what these churches said, but some of these women at these churches are just so nasty. Like, one church flat out admitted that because you don't go to our church, you're not a member, we won't help you. Aren't churches tax exempt because they're supposed to do charitable things and help their community? Isn't that the whole reason they don't pay taxes? I think this was a great idea. I think that the news stations should pick up on this because these churches need to be held accountable, especially with how they know what's going on in the country with SNAP and WIC and just everything that's happening.
The response that she has received where people are willing to help were from 2 black churches and 1 Islamic center. The rest of them, not even an attempt to solve the problem, not even concern. And y'all still going to these churches. They're not here for the people, y'all. 2 black churches, 1 Islamic center is all that was willing to help. Yeah. Y'all should think about that.
Hi, yes. I was calling to see if y'all could help with some formula for my baby. She's only 2 months old, but I ran out last night, and everybody's telling me to call local churches because we're not having luck anywhere else.
Are you in Blount County?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And you're actually needing special formula or just regular?
It's Good Start, just regular formula. I just ran out and I don't have any money, and like she's just been so cranky and whiny, and I just want to get her fed.
Yeah. Okay. How much does the formula usually cost?
Just like $20 is like the small one.
Okay. Do you know where we're located?
No, I don't. Okay, can I pause you really quick?
I'm sorry?
Okay, I actually do not need help. I am actually calling local churches to see if they would actually help feed a starving baby. And so far today, you are the only one that has offered to help or try to help. So I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate what you do in your community, and I hope you have an amazing, blessed day.
Absolutely. God bless.
God bless you too. Bye. Okay, finally. Okay. Places like this, like, restore my hope in humanity. Like, just, they don't even do stuff like that. They made sure to let me know, like, this is not something they normally do. And she went and got somebody on the phone, and she was instantly ready to help, even though it's not normally what they would do. So, good.
2 black churches helped, and 1 Hispanic church helped. All the white churches, every last white church told her, I'm sorry, we don't have anything. Every single Catholic church said, I'm sorry, we don't have anything. And I said it, at this point, for me, white American Christianity is devil worship. You're not, in the Bible it says, like, you could tell white American Christians are waiting for the Antichrist. When the Antichrist comes out, white American Christians will worship out of him. They will believe in his soul, because white American Christianity is literally devil worship.
She called all Christian churches, okay? Let that sink in. She called Christian churches, and the majority of them told her no. They just flat out said, we can't help you, or they either told her she had to be a member of the church to get some type of help. But who did offer help was 1 mosque and 2 black churches. And considering the time that we are in right now, that is crazy. That is some crazy ass shit, considering that the only reason why churches have tax exemption is because they're supposed to be charitable. Where's the charity?
You know, one thing I've come to notice is that despite everything Black Americans have gone through, I mean, the discrimination, the pain, the stereotypes, there's still this deep kindness that shines through. Take this recent story. For example, the white lady decided to run a little social experiment. She called a black church, pretending to be a struggling mother who didn't have food to feed her baby. And without hesitation, the church was ready to help. They didn't question her race, her background, her motives. They were simply moved by compassion. You could even hear it in the woman's voice on the phone. Calm, polite, full of empathy. That moment right there says a lot about who they are. After all they've endured, their hearts are still open, still giving, still shining God's light in a world that doesn't always show it back.
Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. Consider joining my community by subscribing, liking, and sharing. It really helps YouTube recommend this video to a wider audience. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.